Rebel volleyball is on.
What a barn burner we have here tonight. Rich leading 16-15, set and match point for the third time. Kendall Staple to serve. Staple down the line. Giles passes up into the net. A Crawford drop in Randolph's service ace.
The 2019 season starts a new chapter of Rich High volleyball as coach Wendy Lamborn takes the reins and leads the Rebels onto the court.
It's stuffed. Epic recreation block of the game by Eliana Brown.
Crank up the volume and join us for Rich Rebel volleyball.
Stacy back corner, perfect spot.
On Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Brown sets high and outside. Hatch hits down the line, back corner, she got it in there. And the Rebels win on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In of Casper, by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha of Cache Valley, and by mylocalradio.com.
The Eagles barely get to it, but it's stuffed. There's your epic recreation block of the game. Sage Tingy read that perfectly.
And now, Rich High volleyball fans.
Wallenstein, a laser that hits the top of the net, rolls over the top and in. A fourth service ace in 5 serves by Allie Wallenstein.
Pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Back at Cokeville High School for the final match of the day for this Rich Rebel volleyball team. Green River will wrap it up as well. And then in the championship at the silver bracket, Lyman and Grace. Evanston and Mountain View still in it in the championship bracket. And they'll continue play. Evanston got to win over Mountain View today to advance to the semifinals of the championship bracket. So you can continue to hear volleyball here on mylocalradio.com and on our sister station, even once this match is over, on KNYN 99.1 FM, the Big Dog in Country. Normally, we'd have a pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph and include Rich County 4-H scene set, a Stacy's Repair coaches show, and more. But with the timing for this match and the prep work that I needed to do to get ready for this second match of the day, we're just going to have to jump right into our first set. I should give a quick shout-out thank you to, well, I mentioned the Christopher Staple family starting lineups for the Rich Rebels. That's the same 6 we've seen. McKenna Stacy, Sage Tingy, the libero, Allie Wallenstein, Kendall Staple, J.C. Cornea, Eliana Brown, and Sydney Hatch. For the Green River Wolves, number 1, Raina Finch. Number 2, Darren Macy. Number 4, Madeline Heiser. Number 5, Alyssa Cudney. Number 15, Katie Strauss. And number 28, Callie Rainey. Those are your starters for the... My apologies. For the Green River Wolves. We're just about to get underway. Wolves are coached by Ricky Shantz, daughter of Donna Bruce, who grew up in the, I believe in Woodruff, I know, in Rich County area. Went to, I think, South Rich High School back in the day. She's actually one of the officials, the down official for this match. You can see her there on the left side of your monitor if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. That's Donna Bruce, and her daughter coaches the Green River Wolves volleyball team. Green River, we can, since we've got a second here, run through a quick scene set brought to you by Rich County 4-H. Again, our starting lineups were brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. And Green River 0-4 to start this season after last year going 9-16 overall. They went 3-3 in the 3A Southwest Conference. And most recently, today, lost earlier against Grace 3-2. We're just about to get underway. In fact, we are underway. The beginning serve brought to you by Town and Country Realty. Sydney Hatch delivers. The Wolves set it up. And Maddie Heiser with a big hit and a kill. 1-0 Green River leads in this Rolene Kennedy set number 1. Again, starters were brought to you by Christopher Staple family And the Laketown Ledger, let's run through that real quickly as well. Rich and Green River played here at this same tournament in 2016 and in 2014. The Rebels won 3-1 in 2016, but lost in 2014 3-0. Those are the only two matchups I can find between Rich and Green River, and it's 1-1. Rebels set it up. Stacy cracks it down the line and earns a Bear Lake Realty kill. We're tied at 1. Excuse me. This first weekend, of course, with all the volleyball and football, I always get a little bit hoarse toward the end of the day. And I think that's where I'm sitting right now. J.C. Cornea serves for Rich. High and outside. The Wolves go to Alyssa Cudney. Rebels dig. Tingy. Staple taps it over the net. And a lift called against the Wolves. 2-1. Rich leads here in this first set. Again, our Laketown Ledger brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the mayor and town council of Laketown. J.C. Cornea serving right to left on mylocalradio.com. A back set, and Heiser has to just loop it over her head with a pass. Rebels set it up high and outside to Stacy. Hit deflected and passed up high. Set again for Cudney, and the hit, Rebels dig, but under the net. They couldn't, or Heiser rather, couldn't control it. We're tied at 2. Again, our pregame show is regularly brought to you by the town of Randolph. Rich County 4-H sponsors the scene set. Heiser serves. Wallenstein, a poor serve receive. It's off to the wall. And Green River up 3-2 following that service ace. Coach's show, Stacy's repair. Need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Heiser serves, just clears the net. Boy, strong serve there. Rebels set it up. Stacy taps with the left down the line of the net, but the Wolves dig it up. Hit back over to Rich. Stacy digs. Dump set by Cornea. Back line. Wolves scrambling. Keep it alive and pass it. Not quite over the net. Tied at 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set 1, presented by Rolene Kennedy. Again, the beginning serve of each set brought to you by Town and Country Realty. McKenna Stacy. Coach Lamborn told me earlier that Stacy generally has that first set, or that first serve, that she'll hit well. And then she'll even sub in after that first set. We saw that yesterday against Mountain View. Stacy serves, gets a good serve, and then before a second serve, she'll put somebody in for her. Cornea sets. Brown hits down the line, and a lift to keep it in the air for Green River, tied at 4. On the Station on Main scoreboard, Sydney Hatch checks into the game for Taylor Tingy, or Sage Tingy rather. Taylor graduated a couple of years ago. Sydney, Allie, and Eliana up front. JC, McKenna, and Kendall on the back line for Rich. Pass tie in the middle. Heiser from the back line, or from the 10-foot line. Rebels set it up, and Wallenstein misfires into the net. Wolves lead 5-4. Green River comes into this match having lost 3-0 to Cokeville yesterday. They lost Alta 3-0, and they lost to Grace 3-1. That was all yesterday. They lost to Grace in an improved, closer match this morning, 3-2. Brown on the opposite side hit, just long past the back line, 6-4. Green River is the designated home team on your Station on Main scoreboard. Staple receives, good pass, Cornea high and outside. Wallenstein hits hard, dug by Heiser. Pushed across the net, Rebels dig, Hatch sets, Wallenstein slaps back corner. Heiser again digs. High and outside they go, and Raina Finch misfires into the nylon. 6-5. Trying to figure out who the setter is. Coach Chance was right. I caught her just before she had to meet with the officials for the coaches meeting, so I didn't get a chance to ask position. Set up and tipped over. The Rebels blocked it, but then a Rebel is in the net. The players in the net on both sides. And I think the officials communicating here, I think we're going to get a redo. No points have been awarded on the Station on Main scoreboard. And no, they end up, I think they, determined that Green River gets a point, 7-5. The Wolves lead. This is 4A Green River. They play 3A football, but 4A and everything else in Wyoming. Cornea back set to Wallenstein, hits the back line. Finch with a nice dig, high and outside. They go to Heiser. She's got some good height. Rebels barely dig it up and keep it alive. Somehow Cornea from out of bounds hit it over and inside the antennas. Back around to Heiser, and she taps it through the block. 8-5 Green River. Finch serving. Figure out here who the Green River setter is. As Brown receives, Cornea sets, and Wallenstein hits. Passed high, and it looks like the setter is Katie Strauss. Rebel block is on target or in place, but they block it out of bounds. So Strauss, your setter. It's obvious that Heiser is a big outside hitter for this Green River Wolves team. Hatch hits in their back line, and the line judge on this side said it deflected. 9-6 on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch. Allie Wallenstein, a serve for Rich. And jump serve. Finch receives. Nice pass. Set up and a hit. Probably would have been long, but Brown plays it. The Rebels keep it alive and slap it over. Back line. Swing and a miss. Rebel point. It's on the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallenstein. And Rich trails 9-7. Wallenstein to serve again. You'll see her come in on your screen. They're on the right side as the Rebels serve right to left. Passed and passed over. Brown on the right sideline. Cornea into the middle with the set. Hatch hits back line, just long and out. Good idea by Hatch. There's the defense would have had to make a tough play to get there, but she just hit long. 10-7 here in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. A different, no, not a different. They were a different. Now they're a community-driven dealership. And they help sponsor our sports shows every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hit cross court by Heiser. Rebels dig. Great jig by McKenna Stacy. And then Rich sets it up, hits it back line, and scores the Bear Lake Realty kill. Sydney Hatch with the hit. And give McKenna Stacy some credit on that comprehensive family dental dig. That was a hard hit by Heiser, and Stacy dug it up with a pretty good pass. Hatch serves, top of the net, back this way, wrong way for Rich. 11-7 on the service error. Rebels had, was it 7 service aces in the first set against Lyman. That's the only set they took from the Lyman Eagles earlier today. Left-handed serve from Katie Strauss. Rebels receive, set, hit, blocked. Take it back up, set. Stacy hits long, left corner and out. 12-7, Green River make it 12-8. I missed a point for the Rebels. Strauss serves again. Brown's receive, not good, but diving dig by Cornea, and then Tingy hits it over with a pass. Great effort by the Rebels, scrappy defense. Stacy set up and crushes it. Top of the hands of Katie Strauss and back to the wall. 12-9. Rebels back to within 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Again in this first set, presented by Rolene Kennedy. Nice big Bear Lake Realty kill there by Stacy. Cornea serves, looking for the Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Not this time. But Green River scrambling a bit, does not get a good pass. They hit it on the sideline. Tingy let it go. She thought it would be out, but it falls in. 13-9. I believe that was Cudney who slapped that across. For the Wolves, Heiser just clears the net. Wallenstein somehow got a good pass off. Stacy hits down the line. Wolves, everybody running for it. It goes up into the rafters and back on the third touch. 13-10, point to Rich. And give Allie Wallenstein, it doesn't count as a comprehensive family dental dig on the serve receive, but boy, she made a good pass and barely got underneath that ball. Stacy serves long and out. Service error. That's 3 service errors for the Rebels in this first set alone, and they have yet to deliver a service ace. Brinley Nelson listed on the roster as the libero, but she's wearing the same jersey color as everybody else on this Wolves team. Green jersey, white numbers, white stripes on the arms and down the side. Rebels receive, tap it over, and then back the other way. Raina Finch gives it a slap. Rebels dig, set it up for Brown. Eliana hits it back corner cross court, and the Wolves dig. Cornea digs, Brown dump set. Finch set up high and outside, hits into the net, blocked out of bounds. Or not blocked, but it was into the net. That's what I thought, and the official confirms it with a Rebel point, 14-11. Hatch checks in along with Wallenstein and Brown up front. Staples serving. Stacy and Cornea also on the back line. Set up, epic recreation block by Sydney Hatch on Raina Finch's hit. The Wolves recover and pass it back over. So Rebels set it up for Wallenstein, and she cracks it cross court to the Rebels, the back right corner, and it's received or dug up into the side wall. We're not playing Wally ball here, so that's a Rebel Bear Lake Realty kill. Bear Lake Realty, your Bear Lake home and investment experts. BearLakeRealty.com. Staples serves again. Passed up front, set high and outside for Darren Macy. Rebels dig. Cornea dump set, back corner. Heiser with a nice dig. Set it up, and Macy again taps it over. Another attack. This one finds its way to the floor. Rebel diving dig just late. Wolves on top, 15-12. Alyssa Cudney serving. Stacy passes. Cornea with the back set. Hatch back line. Heiser, good dig, and a fine pass into the middle. Macy, big hit. Rebels dig. Staple, nice comprehensive family dental dig. Sets up Hatch to the back line. A Bear Lake Realty kill. 15-13. Rich back to within 2. Brown with the service. Heiser reaches out, gets a good pass. Macy hits into the net. Rebel point down by 1. Rich trailing 15-14. Brown again to serve for Rich. 4 seniors on this Rebel squad. Serves low into the net. 4 service errors to 0 service aces in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Staple receives, Cornea passes, and Wallenstein slaps to the back line. Overpass, Wallenstein passes. Cornea back to a wall. Cross court, dug up by Brindley Nelson. Set up, and a big hit by Madeline Heiser. And the Rebels deflect it to the floor off the side arm of the block. 17-14 Wolves. Raina Finch serves. Cornea passes up in the middle. Hatch taps it with the left hand, and Green River caught flat-footed. Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. Brings the Rebels back to within 2. Allie Wallenstein steps back, ready to serve. A couple of dribbles, a spin, a toss, a run, a smack, and Finch receives. Set high and outside. Heiser down the line, and Brown got a fingertip on it, but no control. 18-15, Heiser with the kill. A couple of pretty good hitters on this Green River team. I'm surprised to see they've lost 3-0 to Cokeville, 3-1 to Grace, and 3-0 to Alta, and 3-2 against Grace earlier today. Cornea sets high left side. Stacy hits. Was it blocked? No. It was just misfired. 19-15. The Wolves earn the point there. Little skipping jump serve by Darren Macy. Good pass. Cornea back set. Hatch back corner. Just out. 20-15. Rebels struggling to terminate. Coach Lamborn has told me several times already in the last couple of weeks that their team needs to find a way to finish. Stacy receives. Good pass. High and outside. Back to McKenna. Pushes cross court right in front of the net. Dug up. Set by Heiser. Hit by Heiser. And the Rebels dig. Cornea in the middle. Hatch hits long, but played by Alyssa Cudney. Set up again for Heiser. Through the block to the floor. 21-15. Green River starting to pull away. See what kind of an adjustment the Rebels can make. Darren Macy serving. Green River certainly has the height advantage in this match. Staple receives, Cornea passes, and Stacy somehow punches it over the net. Set up high and outside for Heiser. She hits long and well out. No touch on the Rebels, 21-16. Just got to find a way to finish, to terminate, get some points, get some kills. Sydney Hatch winds and delivers the serve. Good pass, set high, and in the middle, blocked. Kendall Staple, an epic recreation block. It was a good set, a good hit, but Staple, a better block. Hatch with the service. Finch receives. Green River's trouble with the pass. They just push it over. J.C. Cornea, the perfect dump set. She saw behind her, again, those eyes in the back of her head, and she just dumps it back to her right over her shoulder for a Bear Lake Realty kill. That's a precision play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services. Rebel service by Hatch on the back line. A Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. First of the match for Rich, for either team. Nope. Green River had one earlier. Rich is within 2, 21-19. Hatch serves again. Almost another ace. They set it up on Heiser. Hits right at Brown. She keeps it in the air off of her shoulder, but can't control it. Nobody else can get to it as it traveled toward the back wall. Setter Katie Strauss to serve for Green River. Rebels, not a great pass, decent set. Stacy Tip hits and a lift. Called against Green River. Brings Rich back to within 2, 22-20. J.C. Cornea serving. Strong serve, passed high. Back set for Heiser, tipped into the middle. And Rebels just a bit flat-footed there, 23-20. They may have been on their heels preparing for a big hit by Heiser because that's what she's done most of this first set. Maddie back to serve, the outside hitter. Not much rotation, and it's a service ace. Wallenstein got a couple fingertips on it but couldn't control it. Dropped right down to the feet of McKenna Stacy. And Green River has set point in the Rolene Kennedy first set. Heiser serves into the net. A service error keeps Rebels alive for the time being, 24-21. Mackenzie Smith checks in. McKenna Stacy checks out. Smith will serve. McKenzie, floating serve in on the back line. Green River thought it would be out. They let it go. Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. Rich within 2. Got to get at least 2 more points right here in a row, or this one's over. Smith serves again. Played on the back line by Darren Macy. Set high and outside to Finch. Punched over. Rebels dig. Cornea high and outside to Wallenstein. Off the block, a high roller. And dump set, Cornea digs. Hatch, Brown rather, long set. Wallenstein hits into the block, rolls over to the hardwood, and Rich is within 1, 24-23. Mackenzie Smith back to serve, but first, Coach Shantz takes a timeout. We'll take 1-2, brought to you by T7 Propane on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
Rebel JV team had no trouble, 19-10 and 19-5, but the varsity in trouble. 24-23, set point Green River. It was 24-20. The Rebels have scored 3 in a row. They need at least 1 more to stave off a first set loss. A 3-0 loss to Evanston yesterday, a 3-2 win over Mountain View, a 3-1 loss against Preston, and then today a 3-1 loss versus Lyman. Smith serves. Not a great pass. Strauss touches and passes over. Staple cracks it right back down, but it's dug up. Set to Finch, tacked over. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple stops and hits it flat-footed. Overpass. No, it's down at the net, and the Rebels score. Strauss tried to dig it up under the net, but she couldn't control it, and we're tied at 24 on the Station on Main scoreboard. How about that? 4 straight points at set point for Green River. And the Rebels stay alive. Smith serves down the line. Finch, good pass. High and outside to Reyna. The Queen hits into the net, and the Rebels take a 25-24 lead. Reyna, the Spanish word for Queen. Coach Shantz takes another timeout. We'll take one too, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebels Senior Sydney Hatch with live coverage of Rich High Volleyball action on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
(25-24), the Rebels lead. Rich was down 24-21 and has scored 5 straight. Mackenzie Smith serving. Looking for a Crawford drop and Randolph service ace. No, but there is serve. Yes, it was a service ace! Serve received went up in the air by Darren Macy. Nobody else could get to it, and Rich wins 26-24. Rebels score 6 straight to win by 2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. This first set has been brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet.
This is Rich Rebels Senior Sydney Hatch with live coverage of Rich High Volleyball action on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Rebels trailed 24-20 and went on a 6-0 run to close out the first set with a 26-24 victory. Mackenzie Smith, 2 Crawford Trough and Randolph aces as part of that 6-0 run. And Rich has a 1-0 set lead on the 4A Green River Wolves. Green River 0-4 to start this young season. The Rebels 1-4. With a loss Thursday night at Ridgeline, and then lost yesterday to Evanston and Preston, beat Mountain View, and lost earlier today against Lyman. Lyman will play Grace for the Silver Bracket Championship. And Green River will start this second set with the Town and Country Realty first serve. Stacy receives, gets set up, hits right sideline. Green River barely keeps it alive and taps it over. Wallenstein digs, set up in the middle. Hatch cracks it through the block for the Bear Lake Realty kill, and Rich leads 1-0. Quick side out as Green River had the first serve. Hatch to serve left to right for Rich. Rebels in their black uniforms, white numbers, and the blue down the top of the sleeve and on the shoulder. Green River sets it up, hits, Rebels deflect, dig it up. Stacy passes over the net. High and outside, the Wolves go to Heiser, hit, back line, just long and out. They started to celebrate, now they're asking for the tip, and are they going to get it? No, Rebel point, 2-0, Rich leads. Hatch serving. Back line dug by Heiser. Not Heiser, that was Macy. Hit into the net, another Rebel point, 3-0 Rich. Hatch will serve again. Sydney, this one long and out. Yeah, that one had no chance from the start. 3-1. She just misplayed it. Kind of came off her hand funny maybe. 3-1, Rebels lead. Running jump serve for Maddie Heiser into the net. So teams exchange service errors, and Rich leads 4-1. Rebels took that first set 26-24. Can't get much closer than that. JC Cornea serving. And just clears the net. A sliding dig. Serve received by Heiser. Slapped over, Cornea lunges, tipped across by Brown, back to Rich, Staples slaps it down, dug up, high and outside to Finch, down the line, and I couldn't see. There's the Green River camera operator for their film was blocking my view there. The point called in, or the hit called in for the point to Green River. Brinley Nelson checks in to serve. The Wolves trail by 2. Wallenstein, good pass. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple hits long. Point to Green River, 4-3. Rebel lead is down to 1. Rebels will finish up the tournament with this match and have a few days to get set for a home match against Bear Lake on Thursday. Serve into the net, a service error, second of the set for the Wolves. 5-3, Rich leads. Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. She had 2 aces as the Rebels scored the final 6 points of the first set and won 26-24. Smith serves and Heiser receives. High and in the middle. Finch tips it across. Tingy digs. Rebels outside. Wallenstein's hit blocked and to the Rebel side of the court. 5-4. Green River back to within 1. Stacy checks right back in there as the Rebels set for the serve receive. Darren Macy. A few dribbles. No, this is Alyssa Cudney. Stacy receives. Good pass to Cornea. High and Rebels under. Cornea a little too close to the net and couldn't keep from crossing the line under the net as she planted and tried to make that set. The pass a little too close to the net. We're tied at 5. Cudney again with the service, right-handed. Tingy receives. Cornea high and outside for Wallenstein. Hits through the block and finds the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill Allie Wallenstein. And Rich leads by 1, 6-5. On the My Local Radio, on the Station on Main scoreboard. I apologize. Getting used to this new scoreboard sponsor, and to thank Stacy's Repair for all their years of scoreboard sponsorship, and the Station on Main, how convenient. Thank them for their new sponsorship of our scoreboard. Stacy passes, Wallenstein hits, it was deflected. Heiser reaches out and keeps it alive, and then Heiser attacks from the back line. Cornea passes, Brown sets, and Wallenstein hits again. Heiser digs again. High and outside to Reyna. Finch slaps it across, a soft roll attack. Staple passes it back. Green River sets it up again for Finch. Hit long. Stacy swung and pulled that swing back. It was a check swing at the last second, and a good decision because Finch hit it long and out. 7-5. Rebels lead by 2. Staple hits down the line with the service. Finch, good pass up front. Set high, pushed over there by Macy to the back corner. Stacy just gets to it. Wallenstein pushes back corner and finds the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallenstein. And she seems to be on so far in this second match of the day. Has a number of kills, and 2 or 3 in the last 4 or 5. Heiser passes up front. Finch from the middle. Stacy digs. Cornea to the middle. Hatch with the left hand. Gets it across. Dug up the wrong direction by Kaylee Welch. And Rich pushes its lead out to 4, 9-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Back again to, I believe it's Staple. Yeah, that's the left-handy. The lefty. Pass up front. Strauss outside, hit through the Rebel block by Macy. Rebels dig, back line. Stacy, it's popped high in the air on the dig and passed over by Green River. Cornea, Brown sets high and outside to Wallenstein, hit down the line. Doug, quick tip over. Stacy digs. Cornea back set for Brown, blocked, right back to Rich. They keep it alive. Brown gets a happy birthday and taps it down to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill Ellie Brown, 10-5, Rich leads. Staple again to serve. Flip that piece over, I think. The Green River Wolves return the serve. Rebels Sydney Hatch hits, and it's on the floor. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch, and Coach Shantz asks for a timeout. We'll take one as well, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Red Rebels!
11-5, Rebels lead. In the second set, Rich took the first set 26-24, and they found a way to finish in that first set. That's something that Coach Lamborn has really been focused on this weekend, is we've got to find a way to finish. And that means finishing on the kills, you terminate and get the point, finishing in the set, and finishing for the match win. They did that yesterday against Mountain View, coming from behind, down 2-1. 11-5, leading. Kendall Staple serving. Pass up front. Brindley Nelson's high and outside. Macy hits. Rebels keep it alive somehow, and Stacy passes it over. Macy and then Strauss high and outside. Macy hits. Rebels block, and Wallenstein hits it high. Cornea back high and outside to Allie, and Awal punches it hard. Dug up and hit this way, out of play. 12-5. I don't think that counts as a Bear Lake Realty kill because Green River played it a couple of times off the hit from Wallenstein. But Rebels get the point, 12-5. Rich leads in set number 2. Staple, another service. Received again by Nelson. High and outside, Macy's blocked, but blocked to the side, and the Rebels can't dig it up. 12-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Raina Finch back to serve. One dribble and then delivers. Staple receives, good pass. Cornea in the middle. Brown pushes it into the middle of the defense, and Brown earns the Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels finding a way to finish here against Green River. Brown to serve for Rich, leading 13-6. Ellie down the line, passed by Heiser to the middle. A back set, push to the back corner. Stacy is there. Cornea high and outside. Wallenstein pushes it across with one hand. Over the net to Hatch, and she lifts it. 13-7. Back to serve goes Darren Macy. Floater serve, no rotation, tough one. Stacy gets off a decent pass, but the Rebels just have to pass it over. Up front, Strauss high and outside to Heiser. Tip down the line. Stacy got an initial pancake dig, but didn't get any air underneath it. 13-8. Wolves within 5. Macy to serve again. Darren, again, that pretty floater serve with no rotation. Tough return. Rebels pass it over on the second touch. Passed high and pushed into the net. Macy was trying to come up to serve, and Taylor Kilpack, who just checked in, just wasn't aware that she needed to get out of the way. The two of them, a little bit of a bump into each other. Allie Wallenstein serves from right to left on the court, like Rebels' offensive perspective. Dump set by Cornea. Wolves set it up again, and Heiser crushes it to the back line. Boy, when she gets a hold of it, she's got as powerful of a hit as anybody. 14-9, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Katie Strauss, the center, serving. He's got the left-handed serve. Cornea high and outside, looking for Stacy. Hit into the block, and between the block and the net, Taylor Kilpack a little too far back from the nylon. Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy. Again, Rich took the first set 26-24, and they lead 15-9. In set number 2, Sydney Hatch into the net. A service error. 15-10 brings the Wolves back to within 5. That's 2 service errors apiece here in this second set. Rebels have just 2 service aces all match long. And the Wolves earn their first service ace as Brown's serve receive goes up into the net. And Maddie Heiser will serve again, the outside hitter, tallest player on the court. She and Darren Macy, both probably about 5'10", 5'11". Brown, good serve receive. Cornea high and in the middle. Staple hits and Macy misplays it. Heiser tries to save it but can't get there in time. 16-11, Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. 16-11, Rich leads in set number 2. Brought to you by Town of Woodruff, Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Ken Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell and a service ace. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. 17-11. J.C. Cornea just dropped that out up in front of the Wolves' back line of defense. This time she goes a little longer. Macy with a pass up front, set in the middle, and Kilpack hits. She's blocked for a Rebel kill. Epic Recreation block. 18-11, Rebels leading. When this team is ahead, especially by 5, 6, 7 points, you see the stress just come out of them. They play a lot more relaxed and they play a lot better. Heiser hits hard. Tingy pulled her hands down at the last second to let it go by. Great decision by the junior Sage Tingy, and it sails long and out for the hitting error. 19-11, Rich leads. Cornea with the service. Strauss high and outside to Raina Finch. Stuffed. Epic Recreation block by Ellie Brown. Back set and hit long by Darren Macy. No, by Alyssa Cudney. 20-11, the Rebels lead. Cornea serving again. Rebels in the middle of a 5-0 run, but that ends right there with a service error. 20-12. Rebel lead is 8. Rich took the first set, 26-24. They scored the final 6 points of the set. They were down 24-20 and won by 2. Service from Brindley Nelson. Rebels set it up, push it across. Passed by Heiser. Finch, back corner. Cornea keeps it alive. Wallenstein keeps it alive, but That was all the Rebels could muster, 20-13. Rebels lead by 7. Nelson to serve again. A few dribbles, a spin, and a high rainbow service. Cornea high and outside. Stacy with the left hand, punched high by Raina Finch. She hangs in the air, hits down the line, and misfires wide. 21-13. Make it 21. What if the scoreboard just gave the point to the wrong team? It was Rich 20-14. Rebels just scored and should read 21-13. We'll see if they fix that as Mackenzie Smith serves. Passed high and then to the outside. Macy hits into the Rebel block and it finds the floor. 21-14. Scoreboard says 20-15. They gave Green River a point that Rich earned just a moment ago. We'll see if the Rebels catch that and try to fix it, or maybe they're not too worried about it. Up by 5. Should be up by 7. Cudney serves into the net, a service error. I've got 22-14. But what I have is irrelevant unless the scoreboard gets corrected. Scoreboard still, again, did not give Rich that point. That should have made it 21-15 according to the scoreboard. Finch hits back line. Stacy reaches out, can't get a hold of it. There's the 22. 15, 14. I've got that it should be 22-15. Now they've taken a point. Oh, there it is. All right, now they got it squared away. Stacy receives the Raina Finch serve. Hit by Wallenstein, stuffed. Big block by Katie Strauss. 22-16, Green River battling back. Trying to get back into it. Raina Finch approaches with the service. Brown, good pass up front. Cornea high set in the middle. Hatch back corner. Yes, Sydney Hatch, the perfect spot. A Bear Lake Realty kill. Bear Lake Realty, your Bear Lake home and investment expert. Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City, 435-946-8888. Ellie Brown serving. Long and out, service error. 23-17 on the station on Main scoreboard. Rebels receive the service, set it up, but can't get the hit over the net. And it's 23-18. Wolves within 5. Macy serves. Staple receives. Good pass. Cornea high and in the middle. Hatch hits hard. Dug by Finch. Strauss passes up front, and Kilpack passes it over. Cornea again in the middle. A lower set this time. Hatch pushes it to the corner. Finch digs it into the net. And Rich has a set point, 24-18 on the station on Main scoreboard. Allie Wallenstein looking for a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. We'll see. Wallenstein approaches, running jump serve. Finch off to the side with the pass. Set up in the middle. Heiser hits long. Rebels win 25-18 on the station on Main scoreboard. And Rich is up 2-0 here in this final match of the day at the Cokeville Invitational for both of these teams, the third and fourth place match of the silver bracket. Second set has been brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell.
This is Rich Rebel Senior, Allie Wallenstein, and you're tuned into Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ and mylocalradio.com.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabey and council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Red Rebels!
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live. Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Coming back just a little bit late out of that C7 Propane and Woodruff timeout between sets. And volleys went back and forth. Rebels set up a hit for McKenna Stacy, went a bit long, and Green River gets to the point. Katie Strauss back to serve. The lefty goes to Tingy. Nice serve receive. Stacy hits cross court from the high and outside set. Heiser hits hard. Rebels dig and keep it alive. Set up for Stacy. Her hit off the fingertip of the block. High and outside again to Heiser. Rebels block, or did the net block? Either way, it's down on the Green River side, and we're tied at 1. J.C. Cornea serving for Rich. Strong floater serve. Strauss sets in the middle. Kilpack hits off the Rebel block and to the floor, 2-1. Rebels trail. Heiser to serve again. Outside hitter. Tingy receives. Cornea high and in the middle. Staple hits just long. 3-1 Green River. Rebels trailed in the first set. I think the biggest deficit was 5, 12-7 and 20-15. That was before they battled back, scored the final 6 points of that first set. This third set is presented by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Push to the back corner, Wallentyne digs. Up to Stacy high, and on the left side, Raina Finch tips it over the Rebel block. Rich digs it. Staple pushes back line. Heiser's there. Strauss back set to Cudney. Rich digs again. Tingy. Stacy passes it over, two-handed. Strauss, Heiser from the back line. Tingy up left side, and Stacy trying to punch with the left hand down the line of the net. A little too soft and doesn't quite clear the nylon. 4-1 Green River leads. The first serve of each set is brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Rich hits cross court, and it finds the back corner inside the lines. 4-2, Rich leads. Rebels took the first set 26-24 and pulled away in set 2. for a 7-point victory, 25-18. Mackenzie Smith serves. Raina Finch just gets it over the net for Green River. Rebels set to Wallenstein. Diving dig by Strauss. Pass, and Strauss slaps it with the left, just clears the net. Smith with a diving dig. Comprehensive Family Dental dig. Hit to the back line. Green River keeps it alive again, and passes it over. Cornea up front. Brown, that pass by Cornea too close to the net. Brown couldn't keep it in control, and it was tapped down by the Green River block. (5-2) Rebels lead. Rich looking to complete a 3-game sweep, but they trail 5-2. Cornea back set for Brown. Backline Heiser passes up high and up front. Outside Finch hits. Rebels deflect the block. Finch punches it right back. Brown high and outside to Wallenstein. Backline Heiser digs. Strauss high and outside to Finch. Big hit. Block. Diving effort by Rich. The block went over the fingertips of the Rebels and to the floor. 6-2. The Wolves off to a hot start in set 3. Playing with a little more fire, knowing that if they lose this one, the match is over. High and outside to Wallenstein. Heiser with the big dig. Into the middle. Tapped over by Macy. Rich sets in the middle. Staple is stuffed. Back up at the net, and Finch and Macy tap it down. 7-2 Green River. Does Rich call a timeout here or change things up a little bit? Coach Lamborn is stuck with this older lineup, the 4 seniors and 2 juniors. Diving dig on a serve receive by Tingy. Macy pushes it up and over. Cornea high and outside to Sue Wallenstein. Hit into the net, a hitting error, 8-2. Three seniors, 3 juniors on the floor. Timeout, Rich, 8-2. Green River leads. A T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. Third set.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by CAD Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at CAD Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Well, Rich looked fairly dominant toward the end of that second set, but Green River comes out looking like the better team here in this third set, leading 8-2. Serving is Brinley Nelson. Rebels need a good pass. They get it from Stacy. Cornea back set to Brown. Hit, deflected, or blocked right back to Rich. Brown digs. Cornea pushes back corner. Heiser passes up front. Strauss outside to Finch, and she drops it in front of the Rebel defense. 9-2, Green River leads. Stacy diving forward, couldn't quite get there. The Rebels maybe a little bit of a mental let up after winning the first 2 sets and thinking, hey, we're cruising. Cornea dump set. Finch digs it way up high and outside the line. Passed and passed over. Staple plays, then set out right side. Brown pushes it across. High into the opposite side, and the Rebel block is there. Epic Recreation block on the attack by Alyssa Cudney. For all your Bear Lake rentals, visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook. epicrecreation.net. Kendall Staple with the service, the lefty. This is the back line. Pass, almost an overpass. Strauss keeps it alive, and it's passed over. Stacy. Cornea high and outside to Wallenstein. Back line, punched, tapped, and passed over. Stacy, Cornea again, this time high in the middle. Hatch just pushes it softly across, and Green River digs. Heiser from the 10-foot line. Slaps it across. Stacy with a big dig. Hatch, big hit. Heiser, another dig. Raina Finch pushes too soft. Falls on the Wolves' side of the net, 9-4. Rich trails by 5. Staple with the service. Barely pulled up off the ground. Hit by Macy. Rebels set it up high outside Walentine's hit is dug. Brown passes. Hatch hits back line and drops it in. Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Sydney Hatch. Nope. Kendall Staple drops to serve. Boy, strong floater serve there. High and outside to Macy. Hits into the net. And Rich climbs to within 3, 9-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Staple winds and delivers again off the top of the net. Finch can't get underneath it. A Crawford, Trough, and Randolph service ace by Kendall Staple. And Rich climbs to within 2, 9-7. Staple again. Overpass, tipped back to the Rebels. It was a battle at the net, and Katie Strauss won it against the Rebel. 10-7, Green River leads. That was a 5-0 Rebel run. Included the service ace by Kendall Staple. Alyssa Cudney serves. Stacy receives. Cornea back set. And Brown hits it across, so partially blocked. Finch pushes down to the back corner. Stacy is there, out of bounds, but then pushed across by Cornea. Strauss again sits high and out, and Finch pushes. Rebels dig into the middle. Hatch passes over. Strauss again, nope, a dump set this time. Stacy digs. Cornea high and outside for Walentine. Into the middle. She tipped it over the block and dropped it in front of the Green River defense. 10-8, Rebels trail by 2. Rich took the first set, 26-24. Took set 2, 25-18. And a service error goes too long for Rich. Rebels trail 11-8 in set number 3. Brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Stacy, good pass. Hatch hits into the net. Timing just off there as Hatch came around J.C. Cornea's to the backside and hit it into the nylon. Marina Finch to serve for Green River. Spins it and slaps it. Staple pass up to Cornea in the middle. Hatch hits back corner and unable to control it. Kaylee Welch allows the Bear Lake Realty kill by Sydney Hatch. Allie Walentine serving for Rich, away from us and right to left at mylocalradio.com. Finch receives. Strauss, a back set, pushed over by Macy. Staple puts it high in the air. It hits a ventilation shaft and drops to the floor, 13-9. Green River leads in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. And the Rebels took sets 1 and 2, 26-24 and 25-18. But Green River leads in set 3, 13-9. Macy serves. Stacy receives. High and outside. Back to Stacy on the set. Hits long and out. Pushes Green River's lead out to 5. 14-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Macy serves again. Long floater serve. Brown gets a hand on it. Rebels, not a good attack, but they pass it over. Finch, good pass. Strauss, high and outside. Heiser hits, and it's in. She goes cross court. Was looking to her left, had all the Rebels going that direction, and then hit back to her right. 15-9. Green River has found something in this third set. The Rebels have not adjusted yet. Brown receives up front to Cornea, high and outside, too far outside. Stacy has to step back and punch it over. Strauss in the middle finds Kilpack, pushed back right at the net, a battle and a 50-50 ball. Rebels get another crack at it, and Stacy hits it hard into the block. A Bear Lake Realty kill. Brings Rich back to within 5, 15-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Sydney Hatch to serve. She got a couple of service errors in this match after like 7 or 8 aces against Lyman. Strong serve there. Finch with a good pass. High and outside. Heiser crushes it. Walentine somehow digs it up. A comprehensive family dental dig of the game. Strauss high and outside again, and Rebels tip it, keep it alive, tip it again, over and out. Just couldn't quite keep it alive after that comprehensive family dental dig. Tingy checks back in. Back line is Tingy, Walentine, and nope, Tingy looks like she's on the front line. And she'll receive this service up to Cornea, into the middle. Staple hits, and it just thuds off the block and falls to the Green River side of the court. 16-11, Rebels trail by 5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich leads 2-0. This is set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Looking for our McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. I've got an idea from the first set. We'll keep watch for more of those. Green River attacks, Rebels dig, set it up. Staple back line with a pass. Finch, and they set it up to Heiser. Rebels block. Kept in the air by Green River somehow, and they pass it over. Tingy pass. Cornea sets in the middle again. Staple taps it across the net. Heiser pushes, barely clears it over the nylon. Cornea in the middle for Staple. Diving dig by Strauss. High and outside, down the line. Heiser attacks. Rebels dig. And Stacy hits it through the block to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy. 16-12. Rich trails by 4. Cornea serves. Macy receives. They go in between Raina Finch and Alyssa Cudney, and I think both thought the other would take it, and neither one did. Point to the Rebels, 16-13. Rich trails by 3. Cornea serves. Good receive by Heiser. High and outside goes Strauss to Heiser, and she hits it past the block to the floor, 17-13. Our camera today is sponsored by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City, your Bear Lake home and investment experts. Service by Heiser. Stacy receives. Cornea passes backwards. Tingy passes over. Strauss high and outside to Raina Finch, who crushes it past the block to the floor, 18-13. Green River leads. Green River had a 24-20 lead in that first set. Rebels scored the final 6 and 1. They also took set 2, but Green River on top by 5 in set 3. Timeout on the court brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters. The Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
18-13, Green River leads in set number 3, presented by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. And Rich comes out with Cornea, Tingy, Walentine, Stacy, Staple, and Brown on the floor. Coach Lamborn has given her older players a full opportunity, and Cornea just had a little mental lapse there. Stacy passed. Cornea went the wrong direction, maybe thinking that Brown was going to be the setter. Service into the net by Heiser. Gives Rich a much-needed side out, 19-12. Rich trails by 7. They've got 14. Oh, I took one away. It is 19-14. Rich trails by 5. Mackenzie Smith serving for Rich. And Raina Finch receives this to the far wall here at the Cokeville Auxiliary Gym. 19-15, a service ace for Mackenzie. She's got a handful of those or more today in this second match. Finch a little bit better. Strauss sign outside for Finch, and she has to make an athletic move just to get it across the net. Rebels set up high and outside. Walentine, backline, Heiser digs. Strauss again to Finch on the left side, tipped by the Rebel block. Mackenzie Smith digs. Rich sets it up again high and outside. Walentine cracks it to the back line and finds the floor. 19-16 after that Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels trying to climb back in and finish off a 3-set sweep after they took sets 1 and 2 against Green River for a Wyoming club. Finch's pass up into the nylon, and Smith with another Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. The Crawford Trough in Randolph is the place to eat and drink in Randolph. Delicious burgers, fries. Smith serves a bit long and out, 20-17. Service error by the Rebels, their second of the set. 10th of the match, compared with just 2, 3 service, 4, 5 service, 6 service aces in this match against Green River. Nelson serves, Rebels receive, set to Wallenstein, back corner, Heiser with a lunging dig. Finch dump set, Brown in the middle, looks for Staple, punch to the back corner, Strauss, then Cudney, then Heiser, and she clears the net. Staple has it come off her hand funny, they'll call it a lift. 21-17. It definitely came off funny. Probably an easy call for the up official to give to signal the lift against Staple. Nelson again. Tingy pass to Cornea. Nice one. Wallenstein pushes over the block. Wolves go high and outside. Finch dug by Wallenstein. Rich sets in the middle. Staple back line. Heiser returns it. Nope, doesn't return it. She digs it the wrong direction. 21-18. Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. And Kendall steps back to serve. Rebels need 2 or 3 straight here. Kendall Staple with the left hand. Received by Nelson. Strauss high and outside. Tipped over the Rebel block. Dug by Stacy. Tipped right back and dug by Cornea. Rich sets it up. Hatch hits, deflected, and kept in the air. Green River goes high and outside again to Finch. Hit, blocked, Epic Recreation block, and Brown pops it high into the air. Stacy from the back line, big hit, but Heiser digs it up. Into the middle, Macy hits back line, just in there, right on the line by Macy. Great spot from the Green River Wolf, Darren Macy. Alyssa Cudney to serve. 22-18, Green River 3 points away from staying alive and forcing a 4th set. Stacy passes, Cornea sets, Wallenstein hits, and she is stuffed. 23-18. Rebels still down, trailing by 5. Staple receives, Brown passes high, and Cornea passes over. Dump set by Strauss. The Rebels keep it alive, set it up in the middle. Hatch hits long, point to the Wolves, set point for the Wolves. Green River had a set point in the first set, 24-20, and Rich scored 6 straight. See if Rich can score. They would need at least 6 straight just to keep this third set alive. Staple passes, Brown passes, and Cornea passes over. High and outside, they go for Finch. Deflected by the block in the air. Stacy passes high. Cornea high and outside for Wallenstein. Punch down the line. Cudney receives or digs. Back line, Heiser pushes across. Cornea digs it up. Brown passes, and then Cornea passes it over. No good attack for Rich. Strauss high and in the middle. Macy with a big hit, but Stacy digs. Pushed over on the second touch by Rich. Raina Finch from the outside. Brown tips it, keep it in the air. Finch tips it and falls on her own side of the net. So Rich stays alive for the moment. 24-19. Rebels need at least 5 more in a row to stay alive in this third set. Brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Brown serves, hit down the line of the net. Wallenstein, a diving comprehensive family dental dig. Hatch hits back line, dug up to the back wall and popped up high and out of play. 24-20. The Rebels trail by 4. They need 4 more points to stay in this one. Might need a Crawford Trough service ace along the way. Brown might get it here. Heiser keeps it alive barely, and Strauss passes it over. Cornea high and outside. Wallenstein slaps. Heiser keeps it in the air. Strauss again high and outside. And Finch down the line, dug by Brown. Into the middle. The Rebels hit Hatch with the hit. Heiser digs. into the middle. Macy pushes back corner. Stacy passes up front. Cornea dump set. Refraina Finch keeps it alive with a dig. Heiser back line. Stacy a diving comprehensive family dental dig. And Hatch passes it over. Passed high. Strauss into the middle. Macy pushes back corner. Staple keeps it alive. Wallentine keeps it alive. And Cornea passes it over. Rebels playing for their lives in this second set. Macy back line. Stacy again with the dig. Into the middle. Hatch passes it over. Heiser from the back line. Strauss, Finch comes in, pushes down the line. Stacy, a diving comprehensive family dental dig. Precision play of the game. Pass up high. Macy again, and this time it's in there on the back line. Green River wins with a Darren Macy kill, 25-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Set 3 brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Rich leads 2-1, set 4 when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District. Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Well, third set comes to a close. It was brought to you by Rich County Government, and the Green River has the serve for set number 4. First serve presented by Town Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea, 435-779-0012. That's 435-779-0012. Rich took the first, 26-24. Rich took the second, 25-18. Green River took the third, 25-20. They led for most of that second set. Let's see, Rich tied it at 1. I don't think Rich ever had a lead in set number 3. No, they didn't. They had tied it at 1, and that was as close as they got. But Green River led from almost start to finish. Service Strauss. Stacy receives. Cornea high and outside to McKenna. Hit long and out. Green River leads 1-0. They took a 1-0 lead in the first and third sets. They won the first. Won the third, lost the first. Strauss with the service. Stacy receives. Pass to Cornea. In the middle, Brown will pass it over. Finch. Then high and outside to Heiser. The block goes clear up behind the up official. 2-1. Green River leads. Strauss. Rebels need a good pass. Cornea taps it. Strauss keeps it alive. Macy, and then Heiser slaps it over. Staple, a comprehensive family dental dig. Hatch taps it across the nylon. High and outside, we go to Heiser. Tipped over the Rebel block to the floor Brown tried to get a pancake dig underneath it and just was a fraction of a second late. 3-0 Green River. Taylor McKee checks into the game. Rebels looking for a good pass here. Stacy, Staple, and McKee set to receive the service. Katie Strauss serves. Hatch hits into the middle. Good spot by Sydney Hatch for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels are on the board in set 4. Again, leading 2 games to 1, but lost the last set, 25-20. Sydney Hatch serves. Oof, solid serve. Good pass, set up high on left side and hit into the net. Kaylee Welch, 3-2. Rebels within 1. Following this match, Lyman will take on Grace for the Silver Bracket Championship. Hatch serves. It's received to the back wall. Service ace, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Hatch to serve again. Sydney serving left to right and kind of toward us at mylocalradio.com. Heiser receives. Strauss sets, and it's pushed to the back corner. A good attack with 2 hands from Green River. Not the traditional big swing, but some good power to get it to that back corner where no Rich Rebels were. Green River up 4-3. Heiser with the service. Maddie goes to Stacy on the back line. McKenna receives, then sets up, hits it down the line. Finch passes it right back to Rich. Staple hits back corner, but no back line, and Heiser was there. Wolves set it up again for Finch. Diving pancake dig by Taylor McKee, but nobody else can get underneath it. 5-3, Green River leads. Set number 4 here in Cokeville. This will be the final match of the day, of the weekend for the Rebels and the Green River Wolves. McKee, good pass to Cornea. High left side. Stacy dug up by Heiser. Back set. Cudney hits it into the middle. A diving dig by Wallentine. Stacy hits hard. Green River digs. Raina Finch punches it back line to Wallentine. Cornea in the middle. Staple hits too long past the back line. 6-3. And the Rebels in that toward the end of the first set, and then for most of the second set, they really had found a way to finish and terminate, get some points. But they've lost that in the third and fourth sets, and probably more of that is Green River's adjustment and then Rich not adjusting back. A Rebel block on the Green River attack falls on the Rebel side of the floor. 7-3 Green River. Maddie Heiser running jump serve. Stacy's receive up into the rafters. Rebels keep it alive, and Tingy passes it over. Strauss high and outside to Finch. Punched over the block. McKee with the pass. Rebels scrambling and pass it over. Strauss high and in the middle, and the hit off the top of the net by Taylor Kilpack finds the floor in the line. 8-3. Green River leads. The Rebels had to have a 5-0 run just to get back into it, and a similar score in the third set, and they take a T7 propane and Woodruff timeout here in the fourth.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
Green River has started the last 2 sets really very strong, and the last in the third set that ended in a 25-20 victory for the Wolves, even despite a couple of Rebel runs, including a 5-0 run at right about this same point in that third set. Here in the fourth, it's Green River 8, Rich 3. Serve receive to the back wall, up into the rafters. Tingy somehow keeps it alive. A long pass over her head. Pushed back to Rich by Finch. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Punched over with the left hand. Heiser sets high right side, and Cudney slaps it across. Cornea sits in the middle. Staple drops it down in front of the defense. Heiser couldn't dig it. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. And that may be one thing the Rebels can look to, is maybe mix it up a little bit better between high and outside, the back sets, and going to the middle. Cornea. Heiser receives after Cornea's serve. Set in the middle. Kilpack hits past the Rebel block to the floor. 9-4 Green River leads. So Cornea gets just one serve before the side out, and Green River will send Brindley Nelson in to serve. Nelson, back line. Tingy passes up front. Good pass. Cornea sits in the middle. Staple taps it down in front, and a diving dig over the net. Right back to Rich. Right back to Green River. Rebels set it up and push it across. Strauss high on left side. Finch into the net. 9-5. Boy, we went back and forth. Had a couple of real nice digs. One of them a comprehensive family dental dig for the Rebels. Mackenzie Smith checks in to serve. Back line long, unfortunately for Rich. Mackenzie was serving when Rich scored 6 straight, the final 6 points of the first set, and that carried the Rebels to a 26-24 victory. Don't get it this time, though, after the service error. Green River doubling up the Rebels, 10-5. Service error on the return by the Wolves. Alyssa Cudney serves short. 10-6. Green River leads. Kendall Staple serving. Up front, Hatch, Brown, and Wallentine. Cornea, Stacy, and Staple on the back line. Kendall serves, overpass, yes. Wallentine passes it high, and nobody else goes to get it. And that's one of the challenges you have when you run a 5-1 with just one setter. Other players often don't think to play a ball that a setter can't get to. Set in the middle for Hatch. Doug passed into the middle. Macy punches it back line too long and out. 11-7. Rebels trail by 4. Set number 4. The Rebels lead 2-1. A win here and they would win the match, but they've got to climb back in, take a lead. High and outside to Heiser, and she crushes it. Stacy somehow digs it and keeps it alive. Stacy hits it hard. Finch punches it right back over to Rich. And the Rebels set high and outside. Wallentine hits too long and out. Rebels' attack just hasn't been consistent in this third and fourth set like it was, especially in set number 2. They had really found something in the second set, but I think Green River adjusted, moved its block. Service, overpass, back to Rich, tap down. Hatch pushes it across on a second touch. High and outside. And Heiser tips it up, the soft touch over the Rebel block and in front of the defense. 13-7, Darren Macy serving for the Wolves. Macy just clears the net. A service ace for Green River makes it 14-7. Wolves lead by a touchdown. Again, the Rebels took the first and second sets. Green River won set 3. We're in our 4th set, and the Rebels need a run. 5 or 6 points here. Stacy, or Hatch rather, hits. 4 hits. She was blocked by the net. 15-7 Green River. And a timeout on the floor? No. A substitution. Annie Peart will check into the match. Taylor McKee came in moments ago. It's Peart, Stacy, and McKee on the back line. Darren Macy serving. Peart passes up right at the net. Not a good pass. Cornea has to just tap it over. Tapped back to Rich. Cornea digs. McKee high and outside to Wallentine. Blocked. Diving dig by Peart. Tapped over by Cornea. High and outside. Heiser hits hard. It hits the top of the net and rolls over. Cornea in the middle. Hatch blocked. Peart digs. Cornea passes, and McKee passes it over to Green River's players collide and they pass it under the net. They combine to hit it under the nylon. 15-8, Rebels trail. And Allie Wallentyne serves. A-Wall, back line, Finch high into the Raptors, takes a couple of bounces and then drops down. The Wolves keep it alive. Pass over. McKee, Cornea sets high and outside. Stacy pushes it over and Heiser dives down, digs it up. McKee passes, Cornea into the middle with the set. Hatch back line, passed high by Macy, kept alive by Strauss, and Macy passes it across the nylon. Rebels, Cornea high and outside to Stacy. Big swing into the net. 16-8, Green River leads. Alyssa Cudney checks into the game. And it's Strauss back to serve. Stacy, good pass. Cornea high and outside to McKenna, but she just stops and pushes it. Barely rolled it over the net. Back the other way. Heiser pushes to the back left corner. Stacy passes back to Green River. High and left side, and Heiser looking to go down the line. Went too far that direction. 16-9 as she hit it out. A 7-point deficit for the Rebels. Sydney Hatch serving. Sydney was on with her serve against Lyman, but has struggled a bit here against Green River. Good serve there. Finch receives. They set it up high and outside. Cudney hits way long. One bounce to the back wall. Like a one bounce to the warning track in baseball, but here you don't want to hit it that far. 16-10, Rebels trail. Hatch delivers a laser. Finch passes out, a bounce to the right side, but they keep it in play and alive. Cornea, back set. Staple touches it, passed back up over the top by Raina Finch. What a diving dig. Cornea, high and outside, and Stacy hits long. She'd hit a couple of times into the net. This time she overcompensated and hit it over and out. 17-10, Wolves lead by 7. Rebels lead 2-1 in the match, but the Wolves have been on a roll in sets 3 and 4. Service out by Heiser. She missed wide right, just a little outside. 17-11, Rebels within 6. And Ellie Brown checks back in as JC Cornea steps back to serve. JC with the right hand. Heiser pass up front. Strauss in the middle. Kilpack touches. Diving dig by Cornea. So from her knees as it was blocked back down to her, she punched it back up but to the side. 18-11, Green River. And back to serve. Checking in to serve is Brinley Nelson. Nelson spins it a time or two and then delivers. Back line, Rebels, good pass. Cornea to Smith. Touched across with two hands, barely dug up and passed over by Green River. Cornea high and in the middle. Staple pushes to the right sideline. Green River long set. Finch hits, blocked, punched, and passed over. Strauss high and in the middle. Macy hits hard. Rebels block and Smith digs. Epic Recreation block. Nice dig. Staple, though, misfires on the third touch and hits it into the net. 19-11. Rebels trail on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels have got to find something to pull it together here. Smith digs, low serve receive. Staple slaps it across up to the rafters and then passed over by Green River. Tingy, Cornea sets, Brown slaps back corner, and Ellie Brown finds a hole in the D. 19-12, Bear Lake Realty kill for Ellie. Mackenzie Smith back to serve. The JV at this tournament plays just 2 matches or 2 sets to 19. So JV legs probably fresher than the varsity legs at this point. Hit, Rebels block it and keep it alive, punch it over. Cudney, a small collision with Strauss. It goes off of Cudney's hand into Strauss's noodle and off to the side for a Rebel point, 19-13. Smith serving for Rich. McKenzie back line in there. The Wolves let it go. They thought it would be long. A Crawford Trophy and Randolph service ace for Smith. It's about her 5th of this match. Rich trails by 5. looking to climb back in. Smith serves. And almost another ace. Heiser keeps it alive. Cudney, and then it's passed over. Brown, Cornea sets. Wallenstein hits and splits the D. Drops it in for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Rich climbs to within 4. 19-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith to serve again. McKenzie just clears the net. Heiser crouches down and pulls it up off the hardwood. Rebels set it up. Brown's touch is blocked by Raina Finch. 20-15. Green River Wolves lead the Rich Rebels. Rich on top 2-1. We're in set 4. Rebels won the first 2. Green River has won the second and is 5 points away from winning the fourth. They won the third and almost have a win in set 4. Brown touches it over the block, kept alive off the touch on the net, and the Wolves pass it over. Brown sets high and outside for a wall. Slapped, and Heiser digs from the back line. Finch passes it, just punches it across, and in front of Sage Tingy for the kill. 21-15, Wolves lead. Cudney to serve. Alyssa Cudney from almost straight away on the back line. All right, about in the middle, I should say. Cornea high and outside for Wallenstein, and she hits it through the D. One hand hits it the wrong direction for Brindley Nelson. 21-16, Rebels trail by 5. Sydney Hatch and McKenna Stacy check back in. Hatch on the front line with Wallenstein and Brown. Stacy on the back line with Cornea and Staple. Rebels serving toward us and left to right at mylocalradio.com. Staple delivers. Passed by Nelson. Strauss sets right side. Finch pushes into the middle. Stacy, a diving comprehensive family dental dig. Wallenstein hits. Overpass back to the Rebels. Brown again high and outside to AWOL. Down the line, dug up. Strauss high left side. Finch punches back line. Stacy, good pass up front. Cornea high and outside again to Wallenstein. Punch to the back corner. 2 Wolves tried to go for it. They both did a decent job, and then a slap by, I think it was Macy, was way long. 21-17. The deficit falls to 4. Staple with the service. Nelson, Strauss high and outside. Macy cross court. Wallenstein digs. Cornea sets. Wallenstein hits. Heiser with a nice dig. High and outside to Finch. Into the Rebel block and out of bounds. 22-17. Green River gets the kill. A 5-point Green River lead. The Rebels have got to get a side out and quick, and then score another 4 or 5 in a row. Finch just clears the net. Stacy receives from her knees. Wallenstein hits, blocked, and dug up. Back to Rich. Rebels set it up. Hatch with the big hit. Up off the rafters. Back down on Green River's side and passed over. Cornea. Brown with the set. Wallenstein hits. Deflected by the block and dug up. It's a scrappy Green River team that keeps on working, and it pays off as Heiser smacks it through the block to the floor. 23-17. Wolves 2 points away from evening the match up and forcing a 5th set. Raina Finch serves in on the back line. Rebels let it go, and it drops on the line. 24-17, set point Wolves. Raina Finch to serve, trying to lead her team to victory. Staple receives. Stacy passes, and Hatch passes, or Cornea passes, just barely clearing the net, and it fooled Green River enough that they couldn't recover. The touch by Hatch on the third touch just got over the net, and Green River couldn't figure it out. 24-18. Rebels need 6 straight to even stay alive. Brown, her service ace, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Might need a couple more of those. Rich needs 5 more in a row. They got 6 in a row to stave off elimination and win set 1. Strauss, high and outside. Heiser, too long and out. 24-20. Rich, they're getting into this habit of in this match of falling behind, getting set point for Green River, and then making the comeback. Not too short this time. Brown serves long, a service error. Ends set 4 with a Green River win, 25-20. on the Station on Main scoreboard. Set 5 when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
On to a fifth and final set. The Rebels took the first, 26-24. Rebels took the second, 25-18, and looked to be rolling, but Green River has come out strong and took sets 3 and 4. They've built up big leads early and then just held on to those leads in both sets for 3 and 4. And they won 25-20 in both of them. Set number 5 on the way. And the beginning serve will be brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea, 435-793-0012. Looks like Green River will have the serve to start this fifth set. Rebels went 5 sets with Mountain View and earned the win. That's the only time they've gone 5 sets this year so far. This is just the sixth match of the season. Katie Strauss back to serve for Green River. Rebels need a few more Crawford Trough service aces. They've only had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess not only, but they've had 9 in this match. They had 14 aces against Lyman and lost 3-1. Green River's a scrappy team. That's something for certain. The Rebels have not gotten any easy points. After today, Rebels will have a few days off and then host Bear Lake, the season home opener, next Thursday night. We'll have it live on MyLocalRadio.com. That's Thursday, and then Rich hosts Manila on Friday. No football game Friday, so we'll broadcast the volleyball match next Friday night, September 6th. Of course, Labor Day Monday, so no school. Stay tuned. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show coming up after this fifth set. Here's your Town & Country Realty first serve. McKee receives. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Touches it across. Diving dig. Heiser. Kilpack punches it back across. Cornea high and outside again to Stacy. Hit into the net. And Green River leads 1-0. They've taken a 1-0 lead in all of the sets except number 2. The Rebels jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Strauss delivers with the left. McKee again a pass. Good one to Cornea. Back set. Hatch hits cross court. Dug up high. Pass left side. Heiser pushes back line. Wallenstein plays it. Cornea pass and Hatch passes over to the corner. Dropped it in on the far sideline. Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. Pretty untraditional or non-traditional type of kill. Not power, not a swing, a slap, just a pass over that found a good spot. Sydney Hatch will drop back to serve. And one of the things the Rebels have missed in this match is Hatch's serving. She does have a couple of aces. Let's see if she can get one here. Good pass. High and outside. Strauss, Heiser. Rebels block, deflects it just a bit. Cornea tries to save it under the net, but can't. 2-1 Green River, and that takes away that service by Sydney Hatch. She'll head back to the bench, and Tingy checks in on the back line for the serve receive. McKee, Rebels set it up for Staple, and it's dug up by Macy. Outside to Finch, blocked down the line of the net to the floor, Rebel side, 3-1 Green River. The Wolves 0-4 to start this season. Losses yesterday against Cokeville, Grace, and Alton. Then they lost again to Grace earlier today. Stacy receives, Cornea passes high, Staple taps it across with the left. Strauss digs, they go high and outside again to Finch, back line, got it past the Rebel D, 4-1 Green River. Starting this fifth set the same way they started the third and fourth sets, and they won both of those. Rebels kept it closer early in the first and second sets, and the Rebels won those ones. Stacy passes, Cornea high and outside, back to Stacy, through the block with the kill. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Rich cuts into the deficit, 4-2. Green River leads, and Eliana Brown checks in on the front line. She's up there with Staple and Stacy. Walentine, Tingy, and Cornea on the back line. JC serving, just about an ace, but an overpass. Staple tips it. Cornea passes it, or Brown passes it over the top. And Green River sets up. Finch pushes it to the back line. Walentine, good pass. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple slaps, back corner. Barely kept alive by Heiser, but she hits it into the wall. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. And Rich cuts the lead to one, or cuts the deficit to one, I should say. Cornea serves. It hits the top of the net, rolls over for a Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. Finch was playing for it to just keep sailing by, but the net cut the momentum. And Cornea earns the Crawford Trough service ace. Timeout on the court. We'll take a quick one as well. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown, and you're watching Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Rebel football last night, a 40-0 loss at Bear Lake. The former, Rich Royal, Owen Tusher, a big part of that Bear Lake offense. The quarterback, he looked good last night in that 40-0 win. Bear Lake 1-0, Rich 0-2. High and outside to Finch, hit through the block. Green River retakes the lead, 5-4. Remember, this fifth set, it just goes to 15, and I think they cap it at 17, should it be close enough to get there. Green River, the home team on your station on main scoreboard. Brindley Nelson in to serve. Walentine, good pass. Cornea high and outside. Stacy touches it down the line. Finch misplays it, kept alive, and Heiser passes it over. A diving dig by Tingy, and then Tingy pops up and passes it over the top on the third touch. Strauss in the middle. Macy touches it, and the Rebels lift after Macy got it over the net. 6-4. Green River. Rebels have got to get a good pass and find a way to finish. Annie Peart checks into the game. She'll be up near the net next to Ellie Brown. Walentine, Stacy, and Tingy set to receive, and just clearing the net. Stacy lunges forward, slides on her knees to get there. Brown passes it over the top, barely clears the net. Pass, and pass over. Walentine, perfect pass to Cornea. Set back up in the middle for Peart. That was actually Peart on the pass. And the hit is dug up past high, and Finch passes it to Tingy on the back corner. Cornea back set for Brown. Eliana taps it to the back corner. Heiser digs. Finch taps it over the top with one hand. Brown into the middle, and Annie Peart finds the court, the hard wood on the far sideline. She just tapped it to a spot where the defense wasn't. Excuse me. 6-5. Green River leads. Mackenzie Smith serving. And a serve, no. Green River keeps it alive somehow. Looked like it would be a service ace, but a couple of one-touch pops to keep it in the air. Rebels attack. Green River blocks and keeps it up. Back to Rich. Brown in the middle. Peart, back line. Nelson kept up by Heiser and passed over. Green River so scrappy and hustling. Peart into the middle, finds the floor again for a Bear Lake Realty kill, and we're tied at 6. Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee and Garden City, your Bear Lake home and investment experts. Also the sponsors of your camera in today's match. Mackenzie Smith serves. Heiser, good pass up front. Strauss outside left to Macy, and she cracks it right past Tingy. Sage got a hand on it, but hit it the wrong way. 7-6, Green River retakes the lead. Rebels were down 4-1 early. They've climbed back, but haven't been able to take a lead. Tied it at 4 and at 6. Alyssa Cudney serves, hits the top of the net. Tingy somehow able to still pass it up. Stacy hits hard, back line. Dug with one hand, passed, and Finch passes it over. Stacy, Cornea high and outside for Wallentine. Diving dig by Cudney. Strauss out to Finch, deflected by the Rebel block. Cornea, and then Brown. Peart hits again and finds the floor again. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. And the thing that Peart is doing is she's not going up with the high and outside big swing, but she's got the quickness and awareness to find the hole in the defense and then tap it there. Peart serves. Finch passes way up at the net, and somehow Katie Strauss with the left hand tips it over to the Rebels, who can't keep it in the air. 8-7. Raina Finch to serve. A few dribbles, one more, a spin, and the service. Peart up front to Cornea, back set, Hatch punches, and Brindley Nelson digs. Strauss passes. Heiser hits the Rebels with an Epic Recreation block. Some Rebel fans saying, hey, that was a fourth hit blocked by the net. Cornea passes. Brown, Wallentine, the big hit from high and outside. Green River keeps it alive and passes it over. Cornea again. Brown in the middle. Hatch this time hits. She's stuffed. Rebels keep it alive. Stacy and then Cornea pushes it across the net from one side to the other. From the Rebels' perspective, right to far left. A Bear Lake Realty kill ties us at 8. Could really use a Crawford Trophy and Randolph service ace here, as Eliana Brown drops back to serve. Heiser passes up front. Strauss, and pushed over to the back line. Stacy receives. Cornea high and outside to Wallentine. Over the block and back to Rich on an overpass. It's right at the net, a 50-50. Won by Strauss, but the Rebels keep it alive. Cornea pushes it back corner. Raina Finch. Then high and outside, Heiser hits into the Rebel block, and Cornea keeps it alive. Wallentine down the line. Finch digs. Strauss high in the middle to Macy. Push down the line. Brown dives and can't control it. 9-8. Green River leads. Taylor McKee checks into the ball game. Fifth set. Rebels took the first two. Green River won sets 3 and 4. Peart pass up front. Cornea high and in the middle. Hatch taps it. Finch dives and keeps it alive. Little hook shot by Heiser to keep it, or to get it over the net. Rebels set it up. Wallentine hits hard through the block, and the Wolves can't dig it up. Bear Lake Realty kill for AWOL. Ties it back at 9. On the Station on Main scoreboard, in this fifth and final set of the day, Rebels and Wolves both want to finish the weekend on a high note. Rebels, Wallentine serves, receives, set, and Kilpack punches it over. Cornea sets in the middle. Hatch hits hard, and not able to dig it is Darren Macy. Sydney Hatch with one of her better kills of the weekend. She crushed that thing to Macy's right side, and she just had no chance to get to it. 10-9, Rebels retake the lead. That may be a candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. Rebels dig it barely. McKee, and then Stacy passes it over. Heiser set up big, and she hits into the net. 11-9. Rebels lead by 2. Coach Ricky Shantz up off the bench with a quick word for her team. Wallentine serves. Heiser, a good pass up front. Strauss back to Heiser, pushes it toward the left side, and McKee, nice dig. Cornea passes it back line. Finch pass up front. Strauss left side. Heiser tips it over the Rebel block. A diving dig. Rebels trying to keep it alive, but they can't get to it. 11-10. Green River back to within 1. The 5th and deciding set. Alyssa Cudney checks back in, front row as Strauss drops back to serve. And the Rebels set for a serve-receive, needing a good pass. It's a serve-receive game. Strauss delivers, and Peart gives a decent pass. Cornea. Stacy pushes it across, almost finds the floor, but dug up. Heiser hits hard. The Rebel dig is off to the wall. We're tied up at 11. Rich needs a side out here, and Coach Lamborn, recognizing that, takes a timeout. We'll take one, too, on T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout, and be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Coach Lamborn wants this team to learn how to finish. They finished the first and second sets. Green River finished the third and fourth sets. We're tied at 11 in set number 5. Rebels had pushed out to a 2-point lead. It was 11-9 moments ago. But Green River got the side out and then a point and has the service with a tie ball game. Katie Strauss, the setter. Number 15, a southpaw with the service for the Wolves. 4A Wyoming Southwest Conference. Stacy passes, Cornea high and outside for McKenna. Pushes to the back corner, dug up into the rafters. Finch keeps it alive and passed over back line. Peart digs, Cornea in the middle. Hatch taps it two-handedly. Touch attack. Set up in the middle. Macy hits it long. No, Kilpack hit it long. 12-11, the Rebel lead, and that's a rare mistake from this Green River team. We've seen them play very scrappy, and it's like we've seen from Rich for so many years. Just play mistake-free ball until the other team makes the mistake. Hatch serves. Finch, good pass up front. Strauss high and outside. Heiser hits hard. Dug by Hatch. Kept alive for the moment, but Rich can't keep it in play. 12-12, we're tied. Heiser to serve. Madeline and Heiser, number 4, big outside hitter. Big, strong right arm. Serves, and Stacy passes. Good pass. Cornea, back set. Peart hits. Stuffed, but on the Green River side. Annie Peart with a Bear Lake Realty kill. She's got 3 or 4 of those in this 5th and deciding set, and they've been huge. We may have to mark that down as a McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Kilpack hit again. It's long, and the Rebels have a set and match point at 14-12. Boy, a couple big plays here, and Coach Ricky Shantz taking a timeout. We'll take one final timeout as well. Rich with set and match point 14-12 in the 5th against Green River.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in
I'm going to cut that ad off as we come back. Both teams quick out of the timeout. We'll get back to that MyLocalRadio.com ad in a bit. Wallentine passes high. The Wolves delivered. Cornea with a dump set. Wolves keep it alive and push it to the back corner. Cornea up front. Brown to the middle. Peart hits and dug up by Heiser at the net. Passed over. Tingy passes. Cornea high to the outside. Stacy hits it to the back line. Macy digs. Strauss, Finch, punch to the back corner. Cornea keeps it alive. Brown passes, and Peart passes over the nylon. Passed up front. Strauss high and outside for Finch. Not a great set, and the Rebels dig is by Stacy. High and outside for Stacy. Back to Finch. Passed at the net, and the Rebels win. It goes up and under, and Rich takes a 5-set victory over the 4A Green River Wolves. Rich will finish third in the silver bracket. Green River fourth. A big win for the Rich Rebels in 5 sets. They did what Coach Lamborn wanted them to do, figure out a way to finish. 15-12 in the final. Rich wins 3-2 in this final match of the day at the Cokeville Invitational. Take a timeout. We'll be back with your Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, including the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game highlights and stats. Rich wins in 5 over Green River on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Welcome to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. The Rebel fans filing past. Most of them look exhausted and more relieved than excited after the Rebels just pulled off a 5-set win over Green River. Rich took the first 2 sets. We'll tell you about the rest of it here on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's were fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day. The first set, the Rebels, it was back and forth tight the entire way until Green River pulled away late 24-20, and that's when things turned around. Rebels got the side out, and then Mackenzie Smith came in to serve and served 2 aces en route to 6 straight points, including a service ace to win set number 1, 26-24. In set 2, the Rebels had a 5-0 run midway through to go up 20-11, and then just kind of cruised from there, winning 25-18. Set number 3 and 4 were pretty similar. Green River taking an early lead and then holding on for 25-20 wins in both those 3rd and 4th sets. In set 5, it was tight. Green River jumped out to a 4-1 lead. Rich battled back, tied it at 6. Then we were tied at 7, at 8, 9, at 11, at 12. And then Rich scored the final 3 to win 15-12. Annie Peart had some big kills in that 5th set, as did Sydney Hatch. And J.C. Cornea, a big service ace to tie things up at 4 in the 5th set. And Rich wins over Green River 3-2 to close out play at the Cokeville Invitational. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show continues after the break. We'll give you the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights and stats, plus the roundup calendar. Look ahead at what's coming up next week for the Rich Rebels. That's after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. The Rebels took the first two. Green River took sets 3 and 4, and then Rich pulled away in the end for a 15-12 victory in set 5 and take down the 4A Green River Wolves in 5 sets. Green River finishes the weekend without a match victory. They won a few sets. And the Rebels finish the weekend with 2 wins. They beat Mountain View and Green River, but 3 losses: Evanston, Preston, and then Lyman earlier today. In that match against Green River, again, some post-game highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. First set, the Rebels had 4 errors and 4 more errors in the second set. They had fewer errors in the third and fourth sets, but they won the sets in which they had more errors. Not sure how to correlate that. Rich finishes with 11 errors serving and 10 service aces. Green River had 6 service errors, 5 service aces. Just a spattering of big-time kills and aces by different Rebel players. And down the stretch, Annie Peart had some big-time kills. And much like Big Sis Savannah would do, it wasn't about the power for Annie, but it was about the placement. And it must be a Peart trait to see where the defense isn't and then hit it the right direction and find those spots for the kills. And so Annie Peart with some big-time Bear Lake Realty kills down the stretch. Your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game goes to J.C. Cornea. In the first set, the Rebels were down 21-17, trying to climb back in. And it set things up. And this is tough. I may have to do a double precision play of the match. But this is one of the candidates. Cornea, with the Rebels down 21-17, laid down a dump set as fine as you'll see. And I said earlier that maybe she should become a teacher because she has eyes in the back of her head. That'll help her when she's a mom. But she just dumped it over her right shoulder and behind her and dropped it in. There was nobody there for Green River. They weren't looking for it. They weren't expecting it. And that brought the Rebels to within 3, 21-18 at that point. Now, you can't take away, and I don't know if that was a fantastic play by Cornea. I don't know if it tops Mackenzie Smith's service ace to win the first set 26-24. So I'll leave it up to you to make your pick on the precision play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Care at reasonable rates for the whole family at 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1 in Evanston. McKay Frankham DDS. Some other post-game highlights and stats. Cornea had a couple of service aces in the match. Kendall Staple with with one as well. Mackenzie Smith really served well. She had at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 service aces, I believe. And then again, got to go back to those kills by Annie Peart late in the match, and they helped propel Rich to that 15-12 victory in set 5 and the 3-2 win in the match. Post-game highlights and stats are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. This is the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. One more quick break. We'll be back and take a look ahead at what's coming up in the next week or so in Rich Rebel and University of Wyoming Cowboys sports. That's right after the break on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. We're back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Let's take a quick look ahead at what's coming up for the Rich Rebels. And we got to take a look at what is going on with the Wyoming Cowboys as they kick off the 2019 season today against the Missouri Tigers from the SEC. They played last year in Missouri, pretty well handled the Cowboys, but we'll see how things go differently at 7,000 feet of elevation for Missouri. That's today at War Memorial Stadium. Kickoffs at 5:30 p.m., I believe. Monday, no school for Labor Day. Wednesday, UW Coaches Show at 7:07. That's 7:07 p.m. right here on KADQ on Wednesday evening. Thursday evening, the Rebel volleyball team gets back on the court hosting the Bear Lake Bears, and we'll have it for you. Pregame show at 6:40. Friday, September 6th, no Rebel football game. They scheduled Altamont that day. Altamont, no football team this year, so Rich football has a bye, but the Rebel freshman volleyball team hosts Star Valley, and the Rebel varsity and JV teams host Manila. They start region play next Friday at Rich. Also, the Rich Rodeo Club next Friday and Saturday at the Penguich Rodeos 1 and 2 Friday and Saturday. Also Saturday, Royals volleyball and football gets the seasons going. Mountain View Jamboree for the volleyball team and the same for the football team. The matches begin at 8 a.m. next Saturday for volleyball, and the games begin at 9 a.m. next Saturday for the football team. And then Cowboys take on Texas State in Bobcat Stadium, Texas State University, and the kickoff next Saturday is at 5 p.m. I should mention that after we finish our broadcast here from Cokeville, we'll jump right into the Wyoming Cowboys pregame show. It's up next as kickoff is at 5:30 when the Cowboys host the Missouri Tigers. So don't miss that. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned here to KADQ and join Dave Walsh and Kevin McKinney as they bring you Wyoming Cowboys football right here on KADQ. I think that's going to do it. That takes us through the next week. Again, join us next time the Rebels take the court. It'll be Rebel volleyball at home hosting the Bear Lake Bears. So if you can't make it to the gym, then tune in live, pregame at 6:40 right here on KADQ and live on mylocalradio.com. Again, our final score, the Rebels beat Green River in 3. Took the first 2 sets. Green River took the third and fourth sets, rather, and the Rebels won 15-12 in set number 5. For our producer today, Preston Bush, thanks so much. Back in the studio, we're going to jump right into the Wyoming Cowboys pregame show. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT, and we'll talk with you again soon.